From 64 to 2 to just one champion, the World Golf Championship's Accenture Match Play Championship was all about the numbers.
Settle in as we rewind the week with the latest edition of Monday Backspin from PGA Tour.com.
Thanks for tuning in as we recap the week from Marana, Arizona, where it may have been a limited field of 64 players, but the drama of match play provided an unlimited amount of storylines. From Ernie Els, who snuck into the field to knock out world #1 Luke Donald in round 1, to Lee Westwood and Rory McIlroy having a chance to take over the world #1 spot, it was 5 days of exciting action where an American takes home the title for the first time since 2008. Here's what the field looked like at the first WGC event of the season. The field was made up of 42 international players and 22 Americans, representing a total of 14 countries. There were also 24 players under the age of 30, the most in tournament history. So while statistically the internationals had a better chance of representing in the final match, it ended up being only half of the equation, with Northern Ireland's Rory McIlroy facing Hunter Mahan. McIlroy was fighting to knock Luke Donald off of that #1 seat in the official World Golf Rankings that he's held for the last 39 weeks, while the California native was looking to win for the first time in a year and a half. Mahan held a convincing lead throughout the entire round and eventually closed the deal as the 6th player in the history of the World Golf Championships event to claim multiple WGC victories. He beat out 22-year-old Rory McIlroy with a final score of 2-1. And with that win, Mahan moves inside the top 10 in the official World Golf Rankings and joins the impressive short list of multiple winners to win in these elite events. And the numbers game just keeps on going. The matchup between 29-year-old Hunter Mahan and 22-year-old Rory McIlroy marked the first time that two players in their 20s met in the final match. Mahan also added to the street cred that the U.S. players are building this year, making it all Americans that have won the first 8 events on the PGA Tour since 2001. For more on all of the exciting storylines, not only from this week, but the West Coast swing in general, let's throw it out to Bill Rosinski of SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio.
Thanks, Amanda. A couple of things stand out to me as we wrap things up at the Accenture Match Play Championship. First of all, we had 64 of the best players in the world here in the desert putting on a show for us. Tiger Woods was here, but that bulky putter knocked him out in round #2. And we had an American in the championship match. But in the big picture of things, what a West Coast swing for the PGA Tour. Remember San Diego, Kyle Stanley, a 3-shot lead going to 18. He would lose in a playoff to Brad Snedeker. But the next week at Phoenix, Stanley down 6 as the final round started would rally and win. Then we had Tiger and Phil duking it out at Pebble Beach. Phil would walk away and win. And then Mickelson involved in that 3-way playoff at Riviera, won by Bill Haas. And of course, here in the desert, I talked to Commissioner Tim Finchem, all smiles as this event got underway, and that included the announcement that FedEx would continue their sponsorship of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Well, how do you top all this? Well, we go to Florida for the Honda Classic that begins on Thursday. We've got the coverage for you live beginning at noon Eastern on SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio. Amanda, back to you.
Thanks, Bill. I know the players and fans are really excited that the PGA Tour playoffs and the race for the FedEx Cup will continue through 2017. There's very exciting news this week. And something else that was pretty exciting this week was the ending to the Mayakoba Golf Classic in Mexico. The tournament ended in a sudden death between 4-time PGA Tour winner Robert Allenby and rookie John Huh, but there was nothing sudden about it as the two battled it out for 8 holes until Allenby put his tee shot in the water, allowing rookie John Huh to win his first PGA Tour tournament. We're heading back to the East Coast for the Honda Classic, where Tiger Woods is in the field for the 2nd week in a row, and you will not want to miss this PGA Tour Today preview on Wednesday on PGA Tour.com.